Hi Cappies! Welcome to Leo season and welcome to your August 2019 reading. Wow, like, can you believe it's August already? Thank you guys so much for your love on last month's video. I really appreciate it. I'm glad that you guys resonated with it. It was pretty cray-cray. Anyways, so this month is pretty transformational as well. I know you guys are like, really? Really? Like, how much more can we be transformed, Tawny? Like, just how much? I get it. I really get it. Anytime any of the other signs are like, oh my god, can we get a break? I'm like, go tell that to Capricorn. Yeah, so Leo is your guys' 8th house, which is normally ruled by Scorpio. So that tells you that, you know, it's all about transformation. It's all about change. It's all about our fears, our subconscious, our deep, dark desires, our deep, dark truths, like all of the creepy stuff, you know, the triggering stuff, basically. Debt, financial shit, like all of that great stuff. 5 of Cups coming out first, and then the Hanged Man. So there's something that we miss here. There's something that we're not very happy about. And what's very interesting about both of these cards is they're both about perception. So while I'm saying all of this, you guys may be like this, like, really, like, how much more can I go through? Like, look at what I've already gone through. But you have 2 cups still right here behind you. You're just not seeing them. And that brings you to your perception. What is your perception, Capricorn? Like, how are you looking at things? What's your outlook on things? And that's something to really start asking yourself. Are you being open-minded? Are you learning something new? Are you trying to get in more of a spiritual practice? Are you trying to align more? Are you being open-minded to others and to what they believe and to other beliefs just than your own? And this is a really big question to start asking yourself, because and when we get to Virgo at the end of the month, it's going to be all about your perception, all about a higher way of thinking, seeing the bigger picture, getting introduced to new philosophical ideas, new spirituality, like all of that. By the way, if you're interested in learning more and taking a spiritual transformation and soul alignment course, my course starts on August 1st. It's called SOULOLOGY, so if you would like to sign up, I'm doing it basically for 2 membership levels that I have on my Patreon. It's the top 2 highest membership levels. They're not that expensive, but yeah, so if you would like to sign up to get a monthly course, basically, well, it's not like a monthly course, but you pay monthly, you can go to Patreon. You can also find more information out on my new website, tawnymichelleyt. So there's that, now that that's out of the way. Okay, so the 8th house is deep, like I was saying. So this Leo new moon happening on Wednesday the 31st, July 31st, is in your 8th house. So it could be like, and also there's some other aspects going on that basically are telling me this could be like a deep conversation that really needs to happen, some deep thinking or revisiting, revising, reflecting that really needs to happen. This could be like stress around bills or debt or resources, loans. If you have like a business partner or whatever, stress around that, money, finances. But it's also going to be new beginnings and answers when it comes to your deep fears, but in a beautiful way, because we have Venus here as well. So definitely going to be some stuff going on in your sex life, because the 8th house is sex. It's more of like serious sex. Like the 5th house would be more like just like a hookup, you know what I mean? The 8th house is more, you know, frisky, deep, sensual. All right, so the Knight of Wands coming out here. So we kind of need a new perception that's going to take us places, a new outlook that's going to move us forward. Make sure you're not moving forward, too many cards. Make sure you're not moving forward too aggressively. Some of you guys could even be traveling, because once we get into that 9th house energy, that's travel, you know what I mean? So some of you guys could even be traveling. So yeah, anyways, this new moon could bring up, you know, I think it's asking you to transform in a deep but beautiful way, even if, like, you may not see it like that. right at first. You know what I mean? Because of the perception thing. You may view the changes, Knight of Wands is change, as scary or chaotic or whatever, but it may not be as bad as you think it is. I really think this Leo new moon is going to be, it may feel heavy, it may feel intense right now, but I think it's going to be a huge breakthrough. It's going to bring a huge breakthrough. It may not happen right at the Leo new moon. It may happen like in the following weeks after, or even by the Aquarius full moon. But I think it's going to be a huge breakthrough in intimate, close relations. It's kind of like taking the sun and putting it with Pluto, or putting it in the 8th house. Not exactly, but a little bit. So you're taking the sun on top of Pluto, and the sun's light is going to shine on those deep fears, those deep insecurities, any kind of transformational change that needs to happen, because that's how we grow, that's how we evolve, is through transformation, even though it may suck at the time. So there's definitely some change coming here. There's definitely a boldness, a courage that's going to be required when facing things that come up from the past and leaving certain things from the past behind. Some of you may be running from your past, you know what I mean? And it may have you a little bit like screwed up right now, because you're like, whoa. Like something just doesn't, something feels off because you haven't faced the past, you know what I mean? The Knight of Wands is running away from it. It's not allowing it, you know? It's trying to move forward and be happy while carrying a huge burden with you. Carrying all the shit from the past with you. So 2 tens. So some endings, some changes. Then we have your energy, the Queen of Pentacles, with the Magician and the Tower. So in order for you to create, in order for you to rebuild, in order for you to maintain a stable foundation, in order for you to know what to do with the tools that you have in your hands, you have to wipe the slate clean first. And I know we've been talking about this like every month, and I know you guys are probably sick of hearing it, but it's true. We need that tower to fall so we can have something flat to build upon. And once the tower falls, we come into a place where we can create, where we can manifest, where we can find security and find stability. Even though it may seem hard. Some of you, it would be a very good idea to see a doctor or like a psychologist maybe, or a therapist, to help you process through some of this stuff. I'm just saying that because we have the Magician, the 4 of Swords, and the 7 of Swords. So I'm just saying they may be able to help you. Plus with the 8 of Swords, or I'm sorry, the 8th house energy, I can't talk. It's all about psychology. So it's about diving deep within, diving deep within yourself, diving deep within your fears and bringing them to the surface so you can flatten the slate, right? So you can flatten the slate and deal with them properly. So we're trying to move on, but some of you are still running from some things in the past that need to be situated. We have forward movement. Some of you could be traveling or dealing with travel, short travel, transportation issues or something like that. I mean, there's possibly a loss here, or there's someone that you missed, that you lost in some way, shape, or form, that hasn't necessarily been healed. And I feel like some of you are in a little bit of a standstill. I feel like you're trying to move forward. But as scary as some of this sounds, Capricorn, I really think this is good. I think that this is shining a light on these parts of you, these darker sides of you, to bring them to the surface so that light can love them. The light can outshine it and show you that it's okay and that you can heal and you can get through this in order for you to truly be able to move on without carrying all of this shit with you. Some of you may just come to a point where you're like, I'm done, and you may do the breakthrough like naturally. Like, it may not even need to be like anything outside of you that happens. It may just naturally, like, you may just be like, I'm done, I'm dropping these wands, I can't do this, because you're trying to keep up this public persona that you're the damn pharaoh, right? You got your shit together. But you can't do all the work by yourself. I mean, this, if it's internal work, yeah, like you kind of have to. No one else can do it but you. Someone else can kind of guide you and help you through it a little bit, but no one else can actually heal the emotional wounds from the past or your fears or your insecurities but you. Some of you like really may be seeing a doctor or a professional specialist, something like that. And what's even more crazy is like this tower has a crown, right, coming off of the top of it. And we see the sky right here and the pharaoh with like crown like things on top of their head. So it's like, yeah, your crown is falling off because it was too heavy and it was unbalanced, and it's time to make a new one. You know what I mean? That fits your head more and that's a little bit more you and a little bit more balanced. Like, because Uranus is going retrograde, and Uranus aims to break you free from anything that is holding you back from being you, from being your authentic self, from being independent, from expressing yourself, from being free or feeling free. So I'm going to show you guys your cards really quickly, and I'm just looking over here at my notes I took for you guys for what else going on this month. So anyways, Mercury also goes direct on Wednesday, the day of the Leo new moon. So this could also bring some answers. It's been retrograding in your 7th house of Cancer, so relationships. There may have been a lot of miscommunications lately with relationships, or some delays to do with relationships or business partnerships or something along the lines. So it looks like that, like once Mercury goes direct, things could start getting a little bit better and straightening themselves out in that department, and then it will eventually move back into your 8th house where it started. So it could have felt like there was like a delay in like bills or loans or resources. If like money was owed to you from someone else or somewhere else, there could have been a delay in that. But when Mercury goes direct, these things will start straightening themselves out and coming in. So on August 11th, Jupiter, that's in your 12th house, will be going direct. It's no longer going to be retrograde either. And so once Jupiter goes direct, basically it's been retrograding since April. So whatever you've been kind of doing in your life since April, any of this like subconscious work that you've been doing, or any work in the spiritual realm or in other realms or whatever, because the 12th house rules are subconscious, spiritual realms. It's like retreating. With Jupiter there, it's honestly like good luck and protection. So it's basically trying to open your mind. You know what I mean? Open your mind to new things. So anyway, so when it goes direct again, you'll kind of start seeing things clearly. It could have maybe brought out like some things for you that were hidden, or some things from the past, or some secrets for you to take a look at. But it's just so you can understand things in a different way. So once it goes direct on August 11th, you'll have a better understanding of those areas of your life. Uranus retrograde will happen in your 5th house. And remember, this is for Capricorn risings, but it's also for suns. And I mean, you may even relate if you're a Capricorn moon as well. but it's going to be a little bit more intense for Capricorn risings, but you may still feel all this energy if you're a Capricorn sun or moon. So I know someone's going to correct me down in the comments, like, no, blah, blah, blah. Taurus is only the 5th house if you're a Capricorn rising. Like, no shit. But it can still affect you because it's the 5th house from your sun as well. So anyways, Uranus is going to go retrograde in the 5th house. So this is going to be breaking you free from old ways of pleasuring yourself, old ways of having fun, old ways of dating or doing things or whatever. It's going to kind of awaken your mind to new ways of having fun, and you're gonna feel like you want to break free of certain area. If you're in any kind of situations where you feel like your life's too strict or you feel like you don't get to take pleasure in anything, you're gonna really feel the urge to kind of break free from those restrictions, right? And like for me, like Uranus is no joke, because like last year, and I kind of talked about this in the August all signs video, but last year when Uranus stepped into Taurus for me, it was like, it wasn't even retrograde like it's going to be this month. It just stepped into Taurus, I believe. But it was like, I broke free from a lot of shit. It like was very internal. It was like a switch just went off inside of me, and like I was doing things I never thought I would do, or things that just weren't like me. And it caused a bunch of destruction and chaos. Well, I caused it, but basically I'm now free of the situations I was in last year that had me feeling really, really stuck and really, really trapped. So yeah, if you feel that way in your life at all, Uranus is going to help clear a path for you. Uranus is basically the tower, you know what I mean? It's going to help clear a path for you to where you can, you know, feel more free. The Magician is freedom. So you can break free, so you can feel more stable, so you can feel more in control of your life and feel more safe and secure. Now, it may not feel safe while it's happening. It may feel really unstable, like, you know, that you don't have a leg to stand on. But by the end of it all, you will have a better, stable foundation. You know what I mean? So for some of you, it may not be that intense. For others of you, it may. It just depends on your chart. If you would like to know for sure how it's going to affect you personally, you can get a reading with me, tawnymichelleyt.com. You can book there. It's super easy now that I have a website. So anyways, yeah, so this could also be some crazy, surprising, shocking, out of nowhere stuff to do with like dating or entertainment, like things like that. So then on the 15th, in the middle of the month, we have the Aquarius full moon, and this is going to happen in your 2nd and 8th house, Sagittarius. So this could be more kind of surprising, shocking combos because Uranus is making aspects to Mercury. This could be kind of changing your mind about something, or a new outlook on something, or awakening to something. It could also have something to do with your possessions. So maybe you are getting rid of your possessions, or kind of releasing, detaching from some of your possessions. It could also bring in like your income, your partner's income, once again, like other people's resources, money that you've been accumulating from other people or something along those lines. You also may find that you're trying to live a more spiritual life, or that you're trying to learn more about spirituality or take a more spiritual path. You may be sacrificing things for like a higher purpose or something. I know this really doesn't sound like you guys, but I'm just saying. But also be open-minded. Don't try to, anything that you're into, don't try to like push on other people or anything like that, you know what I mean? Just kind of try to be open-minded. Try to look at the bigger picture of things with Jupiter in your 12th house. Anyways, this could also be like the release of things that you used to value that you no longer don't, like your things that you used to take value in. You could be kind of changing, or something could be changing with that. So this could also involve your social life, groups of people, your beliefs, changes in relationships, and some fears could come up around this time as well. So then everything starts moving into Virgo towards the end of the month, which is your 9th house, like I was talking about before. So this is when things are going to really start going in a direction for you where it's going to be like, what do you believe? What is your purpose? What do you want to put out there to the world? What is your place in the world? Like pushing you out of your comfort zones to do things and to look at the bigger picture, to maybe travel, to learn things, to teach things, you know what I mean? This is when things, I really think, start getting more into like a higher frequency for you guys, Capricorn. Not that you guys aren't in a higher, you know what I'm saying. So anyways, but the new moon in Virgo on the 30th will be in your 9th house, and this is going to be a big bang for you guys. This is when you guys are going to be, I really think, making some big changes, some big forward movement, perfecting anything that you're learning or that you're studying, new beliefs, new maybe events that are happening, really focusing on what you feel you're here to do, really focusing on your purpose. So yeah, I believe that is basically it. I think it looks like a pretty good month. Yeah, you have 2 tens. Yeah, you have the Tower. Yeah, you have the 5 of Cups. It could be worse. You know, I really feel like a lot of this is internal. It's your own self carrying baggage that you're finally letting go of. Like, this is the final sweep through of letting all of it go. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, we've cleaned out the closet, now we got to sweep it out. You know what I mean? Like, we just got to sweep it the fuck out, and then we're done. Like, so I hope you guys enjoyed. I will be clarifying all of this over on Patreon and my extended bonus videos over there. So make sure you go check out Patreon if you are interested in getting extended bonus readings and joining the course and getting weekly 1 question readings. We do all kinds of things over there, so definitely go check it out. I love you guys. Bye, Cappy. I hope you have a good month.